I believe that the best thing about Xtreme Trader Premium Forex signals is the quality of our signals. I believe it's very fine and it's very high quality signals. Thankfully, my friends, as you can see, we have been able to end the week with a very good profit and decent profits. As you can see, so many of our signals have reached the take profit number 3, making total of 820 pips of profits in total, of course, including the take profit number 1 and 2 and 3, after cutting, of course, the losses. So as you can see, I'm scrolling right now, showing you all the profits, and I believe this is a very rare performance to see a very few losses. Meanwhile, so much profits delivered to the clients. And to prove that the clients are actually happy with the experience, we are actually receiving right now again the happy messages from our clients who actually have been enjoying the experience. And I'm happy to say that this week we had more than 16 renewals for our premium signals. The renewals means something important. It means that the clients who have spent with us so long time, they actually trust our service and they know the quality of Xtreme Trader after using it for a long time. Yes, I admit, actually May was a very good month for us, then June was really bad month. Now July have witnessed our comeback and we are finally back again with the great signals. So actually we were just struggling with the month of June, and I heard that so many other signal providers have actually been struggling in the month of June. It was a messy month for the market. It's not our fault, my friends, because the quality of Xtreme Trader can be shown over a long time. So as you can see, June was bad. Meanwhile, April was good. May was good, and July is so far good, meaning that the path of Xtreme Trader is actually in the good way. However, June was the exception, and thankfully we are rid of this month and we are done with it already. So I'm very happy to say that we are back on track. Xtreme Trader has kept the name of it and the reputation is actually growing back again. I'm very happy for the results that we are having so far, and I'm very excited to share with you the next signals in the upcoming weeks. So of course, if you wish to join Xtreme Trader Forex Signals group, please contact our support. You can find their contact details in the description below this video. Contact them today and hopefully we will see you there. Alright my friends, I'm really excited for this video. Let's now begin the weekly market analysis, and of course, as usual, we will start with the Euro USD. So as you can see, thankfully the Euro USD has reversed also from the level where I have mentioned to start buying last Wednesday on the midweek analysis video. However, let's now get rid of the old signal and let's see what we can do next with the Euro USD. So again, if we check the daily chart, my friends, right now we can see clearly that we had right here a previous support level, exactly right there, at 1.01585, and seems like the market has been actually struggling to break out from that level of a support for the last 3 days. So as we can see, the market most likely is going to continue the bullish movement for this week. We don't even need to look at the weekly chart, but let's look at it. It's definitely going to be a bullish week, and most likely, my friends, the Euro USD is going toward that broken support level at 1.03632. So now going back to the 4-hour time frame. Now the first thing that we can notice on the 4-hour time frame is the price action on the candles. Actually, this kind of price action, the pin bar and also this candle right there, usually represents a possibility of a potential bullish reversal. So we can actually now consider buying the market. However, I need to go to the smaller time frames to show you the price action in details. Let's go to the 30-minute time frame. Now on the 30-minute time frame, we are having several aspects that we can actually rely on. First one, number one, is actually the support right there. This was, my friends, a very strong key support level on the 30-minute time frame, as you can see. By the way, the pin is really thick. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay, so we have right here that real level of a support, which was previously also a real level of a resistance as well. However, it was recently a false breakout. And it was also a false breakout right there as a support. However, now we can see that the market has made right here a bullish breakout from that level of a real support, and now we can actually expect from the market to continue the fall till it actually reaches that support level and respects it. Now we can actually consider something else. We are having right here a resistance trend line, and check this out. This is perfect. So we can see right here that we had a resistance trend line, and we had here the bullish breakout from that level of a resistance trend line. Now we can actually expect from the market to fall again, respecting that level of a previous resistance trend line to create a new support trend line. We actually have another kind of confirmation, which is, by the way, the supported trend line also. Right there, we can see that the market has actually been creating that support trend line, and most likely we can expect again from the EURUSD to fall all the way, and that level of a support trend line is gonna be respected. All of the signs says that the EURUSD most likely is gonna be for the bullish. So now, after confirming with the trend lines that the market is indeed gonna continue the rise, we need now to use the horizontal level of a support and resistance to actually confirm where exactly we can start buying the Euro USD. Now, actually, I prefer to buy it exactly right from this level. This level right there, exactly at 1.01686, is actually touching all of the resistance levels and also the real level of a support and the previous real level of a resistance, and it's in the middle way of the bullish breakout candle. And actually, it also matches up better way with this level of a resistance trend line. So most likely, I would say we have to wait for the EURUSD to fall for another 44 pips before we can start buying the pair. And the target, my friends, is going to be right here, the previous strong key support level at 1.03632. However, that's going to actually be a lot of pips. That's going to be about 120 pips. And as you know, I really hate giving such unrealistic signals. So that being said, I want to give you more realistic signals, my friend. So that's the reason I'm selecting the peak of the nearest resistance to our entry as our take profit level, which is going to be at 1.02786, which means we can actually aim 111 pips profit from this signal, and that is actually a very realistic target. However, for the safe zone, is gonna be ranging just a little bit below the real level of a support right here, which is, by the way, the nearest level of the support to our entry. This was the nearest support to our entry, so the market actually might be ranging inside this zone before finally start the growth, and that's gonna be approximately 52 pips only. So please let me now write this signal for you. And there goes the signal, my friends, for the Euro USD. Again, I have to remind everyone to never ever set any pending orders. Wait for the price action that confirms our buy order or the bullish reversal before you proceed to buy the pair. One of the clients, actually one of the members, or actually one of the followers on YouTube asked a very good question. He said, when you're asking us to wait for the pending order or for the price action, what time frame should we rely on? Should we wait for the 15-minute or 1 hour, 4 hours? Actually, guys, it depends on which time frame you're working on. I personally prefer 1 hour, but if you can wait for the 4-hour price action, that's actually going to be better. The bigger time frame, the more honest direction for the market. However, you can actually use the 30-minute time frame. You can use the 1 hour time frame. It's really up to you, but use the time frame that you are actually working on, and it is actually depending on what kind of target you're aiming. For example, you might be actually using the 15-minute time frame, and you are just scalping. You are just planning to place a buy order right here and exit your trade right here after making about 27 pips at the nearest resistance. So in this case, you have to rely on the 15-minute time frame only. If you are a swing trader and you are planning to keep the trade running for the whole week, then of course you have to rely on the 4-hour time frame, and so on. So the answer, my friends, is depending on your trading style and target. Anyway, that's everything for the Euro USD. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now take a look at the Pound USD. Okay, so thankfully the Pound USD signal has reversed exactly from the level I have mentioned to start buying, and went in total of 130 pips of profit, and currently running in about 70 pips of profit. I really hope you guys have taken this signal and have enjoyed making profits along with it. However, let's now get rid of this signal and let's see what we can do next with the Pound USD. Of course, we are still going to maintain a buy order. Now, the beautiful thing here is that the market has reversed right here exactly from that support, where again I have mentioned to start buying. But the beautiful thing here is that we also have right here, right there, another support. And check this out, the market, after making here 3 attempts to break out from that support, the pressure from the buyers was actually stronger, and the market has been pushed beyond that level of a resistance. And I want you guys to take a look at that bullish breakout candle. When you see, and by the way, I'm saying this in almost every single video, when you see such a bullish breakout candle from a resistance, usually this candle actually is a sign for a continuation in the momentum. When the bullish breakout candle is like that, with a very small tail at the bottom and long wick at the top, usually it means that the market is going to continue the rise. Now, pay attention to the details. Look at that. The market has made here this bullish breakout candle. Then we are having here a very strong key support level. Check out what happened. The market, by the closing time in the last 4 hours of the whole week, has actually made an attempt to respect that level of a support, and check the reaction of the candle. The market actually has made here a shocking move after reaching that level of a support. Indicates that most likely the pound USD is indeed going to continue the rise. There is another way to confirm it, is using, of course, the resistance trend line, and we can even start from that point and check this out. Now we are having here a resistance trend line which has recently been broken out from, and we can expect now from the market to continue the rise after the bullish breakout has happened and the market has already retested that support, the previous resistance trend line. And as you can see, my friends, that tail right there represents the first attempt of a supported trend line. That is number one. So now all we can do is waiting for the market to fall again to respect the same level, and then we can proceed to buy the pound USD after it creates the second attempt of the supported trend line. Which means, in other words, we will be buying the pound USD from this level, and the target has to be right here at that level of a resistance, exactly right there at 1.21617, because this is the nearest resistance or nearest strong key resistance level to our entry point, which means we are actually aiming approximately 180 pips profit from the signal. Again, I really don't like to give this unrealistic targets. Let's now lower our expectations to make it just a little bit right there. Yeah, that's right there, the nearest strong key support level, as we can see to our entry, which means it's gonna be, yes, that's actually better, 123 pips profit, pips of profit, of course. Meanwhile, this safe zone is gonna be ranging just a little bit right here inside of that zone right there. That's going to be our safe zone, my friends, because this was the safe, this was actually the strong support zone, as you can see, and it's going to be ranging for about 50 pips, I would say. So anyway, let me now please write the signal for you. And there goes your signal, my friends, for the pound USD. Hopefully it's going to be a good one, and hopefully we will make good profits out of it. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now go to the AUDUSD. Alright, so AUDUSD has almost worked, guys. Come on, by 3 pips only. The market has reversed and went and kissed the take profit level, reversed after making 120 pips and currently running in about 68 pips. Come on, guys, give it to me. The market has reversed just like 3 pips far away from that. I deserve it. I will take the credit for it, regardless if you like it or not. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's now see what we can do next with the AUDUSD. In my opinion, the signal should actually remain the same, because right here on the daily chart, we can notice that the market has actually shown here a very strong key support level, which can never be ignored. Yes, this is the daily chart, my friends, and in my opinion, what we are seeing right here is simply a false breakout. The market has failed to create a strong resistance after the breakout. And as you can see, the market actually didn't show, I mean, we have right here a resistance attempt, but the market hasn't shown any weakness after that reversal. Immediately, the market has instantly made the next bullish breakout from that after making that attempt of the resistance without making any second attempt. And instantly, that previous resistance has already become a new support. And if we check on the left side, we can see that the market has made here 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 strong attempts of a support, indicates that this level is quite strong as a support. So really, we cannot think of anything else except buying this pair, in my opinion. So now going back to the 4-hour time frame, we can see that the market actually has here created a real level of a support. Let me just show it to you. So let's now track the candles one by one, and we can see clearly that we had here the real level of a support. Meanwhile, we had here these 2 candles represents the fake breakout, and then the same level of a real support has also been respected right there. In general, we had right here what we can call inverted head and shoulders. Yes, actually these patterns works in the smallest time frames and actually in a places that you cannot really expect to see it. But however, that is exactly what we are having right there. We can see it, by the way, right here as well. Here we can see head and shoulders. Let me show you another examples. We are having here head and shoulders. We are having here, let me just show it to you, here inverted head and shoulders. So these patterns actually happens all the time. The concept of head and shoulders is simply real level of a resistance, false breakout, then the same level of the resistance being respected, equals for head and shoulders. Anyway, the point here is that the market actually has made here a strong bullish reversal, and right now is going toward that support level again, and in my opinion we can start again buying the AUDUSD right on that level. And by the way, the support trend lines also confirms our entry. As you can see, we had right here a support trend line which has been respected as the resistance trend line for 2 times, then instantly the market has made the bullish breakout from that level, and it has already become a support trend line. Now we can start buying the AUDUSD again. First of all, it's going to create the second attempt of a support trend line, and also that real level of a support is most likely going to be respected. And if I'm not mistaken, our target, my friends, has to be right here, the peak of the real level of the resistance right on 0.69943. Which means we are actually aiming 115 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone should be ranging just a little bit below that level of a real support, because this is, my friends, the support zone that we're actually relying on. So we can actually expect from the market to be ranging inside of the safe zone. And by the way, the edge of the safe zone is never a stop loss. It's not a stop loss. It's not a stop loss. Guys, please listen to me. The edge of the safe zone is not a stop loss. I'm really tired of seeing these messages and comments telling me that your signal has hit the stop loss. Guys, the edge of the safe zone is not the stop loss. We consider this signal as a loss only if we see the market exceeding that level with a strong bearish breakout candle. But the edge of the safe zone is never a stop loss. Otherwise, I would have just sent the signal with a stop loss right there. I'm telling you that the market actually might be ranging inside of this signal. Anyway, let me now write the signal for you. And there goes the signal, my friends, for the AUDUSD. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now go to the USDCAD. Alright, so as you can see, the USDCAD signal has been working perfectly well, and the market has reversed exactly from what I have mentioned to start shorting, and it has went in total of 100 pips of profit, but the USDCAD has went now back in the entry. Or sorry, back to the entry. So now what we can do next with the USDCAD, actually I'm going to keep the same analysis, but however I will just change the entry point. Because right now we can see that the USDCAD is actually facing a major strong support level right there at 1.28615. So right now the market actually has failed to instantly break out from that level. But again, we are still on the same analysis of the last week. The daily chart is showing us a very strong bearish momentum. I still don't think that the USDCAD has any chance to continue the rise. All I can see right here is that the USDCAD is actually going to continue the rise, and that level of a resistance right there is most likely going to be respected at 1.29610. So let me just now lower that resistance line and check this out. That was actually the real level of the resistance, and it has become already a support. And pay attention that we had here a false breakout and another false breakout, and again the same level of the real resistance was previously respected as well. And if we pay attention to the details, that support trend line, which has been recently breaking out from, has already been retested once, and we can actually expect it to be retested twice. And most likely that's the level where we can start shorting the USDCAD. So now back to the 4-hour time frame. Now we can see clearly that the USDCAD is going toward that level of our previous resistance, and most likely is going to reverse right at it. Actually, that's a signal that I'm going to enter myself. It seems to me a very trustworthy signal, and I believe it's going to be very accurate. Not only that, but of course if we draw here a resistance trend line as well, we can notice, yes, perfect, that's really perfect. That resistance trend line most likely is going to be respected again after that false breakout from that resistance trend line. Pay attention that the market did not create here a new support trend line. That didn't happen. The market instead just went below that level of a resistance trend line, which means that level of a resistance trend line is most likely gonna be respected again. So if that happens, we can actually keep the trend running till it reaches the lowest level of the support right there, where the market has reversed at, right on 1.28201. So meaning we are actually aiming 146 profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone will be ranging just a little bit above that level of a resistance zone, since actually this is the zone of a real resistance, and we don't really expect from the market to be able to simply break out of it, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 55 pips. Meanwhile, the target is 145 pips. Let me now please write the signal for you. And there goes the signal, my friends, for the USDCAD. Let's now move to the next one. Let's now take a look at the USDJPY. Unfortunately, that signal is totally failed, as you can see, my friends, and I really apologize for that. Maybe it was misreading of the market, but actually the USDJPY is a mess right now. Because as I have said earlier, we are actually swimming in the uncharted water, and there was actually not a single strong support or resistance in the past to rely on, since actually the USDJPY has made the historical breakout from that long-term resistance at 135.200 since the year 2000. So it was really a big mess. And however, I believe right now what we are having for the USDJPY is a little bit clearer, and I believe we can now analyze it in a proper way. So allow me first to go to the weekly chart. So we always need to go to the weekly chart to understand the potential of the market's direction. Now actually that strong candle right here, we can see that the size of the candle is equal to the previous candle. So you cannot say that this was a bearish engulfing candle. But however, I believe that the USDJPY is actually, and on the next candle, is gonna make that strong, little bit, I would say stronger movement. It's not really strong. I would say it's just about to make a pullback, and that level of a real resistance is most likely gonna be respected, and the USDJPY is gonna make here a small wick right there just to retest that broken level of a resistance. Actually, we cannot really see it on the weekly chart. Let's go to the daily chart. Now on the daily chart, what we are seeing right here is really interesting, because we are having right there a resistance trend line just like that. And we can see how the market has actually been respecting that level. Now all I need to do is identify the channel by simply cloning that level of a resistance trend line. Check this out. We can see that in the past, the same level of a resistance trend line has been respected. So by showing this line right there, exactly right there, we can see that the USDJPY still has like few pips more to go to reach that level of a previous support, and from that point is actually gonna continue the reversal, and most likely it's gonna be going toward that level of a previous resistance right there after making here this false breakout. So that level of a resistance most likely is gonna be respected again. Now of course, after analyzing all of that on the daily chart, let's now go to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, we can see that the market here has created this long tail. Don't underestimate that tail right there, because it has made a movement in total of about 73 pips, which means it was actually a strong movement, and the market has actually shown a strong pressure from that level of a support right there. Now, all we can actually expect from the market to do is, after seeing that the market is actually facing here a resistance level, we are actually expecting from the USDJPY to make another pullback right there, and that level of a real support is most likely gonna be respected once again. And also this support trend line right there, if I zoomed out like that, this support trend line, we can notice that right there it has been respected, and right here as well. Now on the third attempt, we can start buying the USDJPY after being respecting that level of a real support, and most likely the USDJPY is going toward that level of a real resistance right there. Now what we are actually trading here is just simply the pullback. I'm not telling you that the USDJPY is going to continue to rise. Nope. All I'm saying is we are actually going to trade the reversal, or actually just the pullback. So exactly just this much. That level of a real resistance is going to be our target, and I'm expecting that we can start shorting the USDJPY right there. So in general, the movement, we have to wait for the USDJPY to fall for about 55 pips before we can start proceed to buying it. And however, the target is going to be about 107 pips. Meanwhile, the safe zone will be ranging just a little bit till the lowest level of the real support at 134.925, and we will be buying the pair at 135.548, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 60 pips. Meanwhile, the target is about 105 pips. Let me now please write the signal for you. And there goes the signal, my friends, for the USDJPY. Let's now move to the next one. And there goes your signal, my friends, for the USDJPY. Let's now check the next pair, and let's check the USDCHF. Alright, so regarding the USDCHF, I'm also very happy about this signal. It has worked very well, and as you can see, the USDCHF has went and actually has reversed from this level. It was ranging in the safe zone, but eventually has went to the take profit level, making total of 92 pips of profit. I really hope you guys have taken this signal and have enjoyed these profits. However, let's now delete the old signal, and let's see now what we can do next with the USDCHF. Now, of course, first we need to go to the daily chart. Now, on the daily chart, we can notice clearly that the market actually hasn't shown us a clear movement so far. We can see here the zigzag movement right now that the USDCHF is moving on. However, we don't really see yet any strong support or resistance levels to rely on. Our only chance right now is to look at the support level right there, exactly right here, at 0.95431, and all we can say is that the USDCHF is most likely going toward that level of a support. So far, there is not a single reason for this pair to make any bullish reversals. There is not a single strong support level right there to rely on that we can actually assume that the market is going to be reversing from. That being said, let's now go to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, what we are seeing right here is really interesting, because right there we can see that the market actually has made a strong bearish movement. However, the next candle was actually a long tail, a long wick like that. That long wick actually, my friends, has been respecting that level of a real resistance. Actually, I was really planning to sell, to send a sell order to be placed exactly right there at that level of a resistance. However, sadly, on Friday night, the last 4-hour candle has actually already touched that level of a resistance. Actually, it has ruined my signal, because that was the level I was relying on. I was actually, of course, preparing these signals since Friday night. However, that's what happened. Now all we can say is we are actually gonna be hoping for the market to be actually facing the pressure from that support as 0.96025, and hoping for a next attempt or a second attempt of the resistance, where the market most likely is gonna start the reversal at. The market is going to be moving in a bearish momentum. That's in my opinion for sure. That's a definitive. Now we are having here a resistance trend line, as we can see. So now, seeing that resistance trend line and seeing the real level of the resistance right there actually shows us that the market has a potential for a bearish movement. Now we can actually expect from the market. And by the way, let me just tell you something. This candle right there, this candle, one second, one moment. Yeah, this candle right there, once you see this candle appeared on a support level, usually indicates that the next candle is going to be bullish one. This candle usually actually confirms the beginning of a pullback. So therefore, we can actually expect from the market to rise again for about, I would say, 32 pips, and that level of a real resistance is going to be most likely respected. And of course, we can see that it's going to be also respecting that level of a resistance trend line, and it's going to continue the fall for about 120 pips, hopefully going to be a good profit. And meanwhile, this safe zone is going to be ranging just a little bit above that level of a resistance at 0.96950, and the edge of the safe zone is going to be at 0.97121, which means, okay, yeah, that's a lot. The edge of the safe zone is going to be ranging for about 62 pips. However, the target is going to be 120 pips. Let me now please write the signal for you. And there goes your signal, my friends, for the USDCHF. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now take a look at the gold, which is actually really sad because the market has indeed went in the direction that I have predicted, but sadly it has exited the edge of the safe zone. which was really bad news. But however, in general, the gold has went in the right direction that I have predicted. But however, let's now see what we can do next with the gold. It is rising indeed, actually, as I have predicted. However, let's now move to the daily chart. Okay, so on the daily chart, now the first thing that we can notice right here is that the market has actually been able to create double bottom pattern, and seems like that support level right there, let me just mark it for you, that very strong key support level exactly right there at 1722.62 has been respected. Pay attention to the attempts. Right now we can see that the market has made here a strong support level, and it was of course a real level of a support, and again let me just zoom in to show it to you, real level of a support as well. And guess what do we see right here, my friends? You guessed it right, it's a false breakout. So this was actually a false breakout. However, we can actually see that this candle right there is not really a strong bullish breakout candle. So we cannot really say that the market is gonna indeed start the bullish reversal right away. Most likely there is actually a better level to start buying the gold from. So we need now to go to the smaller time frame. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, we are actually having a better way to analyze the gold. First of all, we are having right here a support trend line just like that. And the first thing that we can notice is that the market has indeed been respecting that level of a support trend line. Then the market has made right here a strong bearish breakout from that level. But at the attempt of the new resistance trend line, the market has indeed failed to make one. Makes it actually a false breakout. A false breakout, which means that this level of a support trend line most likely is going to be respected again. Now all we need to do is simply look at the left side to confirm if there was indeed a strong support level right there, and sure enough we can see clearly that the market has made right here a strong key support level, which has been respected right there as a support. Now we can actually expect from the gold to fall upon the pressure from the real level of the resistance right there at 1730 and start the bearish reversal just to make a pullback, and we can start buying the gold exactly right from that level of the new supported trend line, and keep the trade running all the way till it reaches the highest level of the key resistance level at 1768.50. Of course, not to mention that we're having here also a resistance trend line, which is going to be respected as well. As we can see, the market has actually been respecting that level of a resistance trend line. Then finally we have witnessed here the bullish breakout from that level, and now we can buy the gold again once it falls down all the way to retest the broken level to create a new support trend line. So again, all the signs in my opinion says that the gold is going to be good to be bought right from 1700 and actually 1715, sorry, 1715. That's actually going to be a better level. Yes, I mean the line actually drawn there for no reason. The edge of the safe zone must be actually right there, till just a little bit, my friends, till the nearest strong key support level at 1691, which means that the safe zone is going to be ranging for about 225 pips. Meanwhile, the take profit level is going to be at 1767.99, I would say. Come on, Stella, don't be ridiculous. That's actually better. Let me just make it. Yeah, that's actually better. At 1764.38, which means we are aiming 488 pips profit from this signal. Well, in terms of gold, this is actually achievable. It's normal, and as we can see, in just one single day, the gold has moved more than that. Anyway, let me know, please write the signal for you. And there goes the signal, my friends, for the gold. Hopefully it's going to be a good one, and hopefully we will make good profits out of it. So that's everything for the weekly analysis. Again, my friends, I really hope it's going to be a very good week, and I'm very excited again to share with you these setups from the premium group. Don't forget to join the premium group and don't miss the signals that we are sending there. I believe right now the comeback is official, and I'm very happy about it, and I'm really very excited to share with you these signals over there. So of course, in the end, I hope this was informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.